To all of you who are watching this video, whenever, wherever you are in the planet, in the future, maybe you are watching this video on YouTube after like 50 years from now, where we all did, and you are thinking that this is something funny that you're gonna laugh on, but this is considered to be happiness moment in human life. That's what we are presenting in this video. It's considered hopeful moments, joyful moments, when you find a lady coming from Libya all the way to Egypt just to have a treatment to get pregnant. She's 45 years old when she presented to us, and now she's delivering a baby in her start of 46.
أنا عمري 45 سنة. طبعا أنا عندي إجهاض متكرر، فطبعا جيت للدكتور وائل، فالحمد لله بفضل ربي وفضل الدكتور وائل ودكتورة منال ودكتورة أسلام بمتابعتها في الحمل، حصل حمل وتابعت معايا هي الدكتور وائل.
And this lady has suffered lots of times because she lost 3 babies and she tried lots of fertility treatment. And there was only one thing that she was told when she ever traveled to any place around the globe. You have a poor ovary, which is you get low quantity of ovums, and they are not the best quality, they are poor quality. And that's something normal for women. Let's put a base. The base is God created pregnancy and fertility for women in certain time in her life. 46 years old woman is not old. She's in the best time in her life. You can find 65 years old ladies and they are magnificent. They look fantastic as a woman. And a woman is always fantastic by all it means, by all the means of being beautiful and having healthy lifestyle. That is what you determine, not what the age will make you looks like. So the point is, when you are at this age, yes, you have poor quality ovums. Yes, you are not able to get pregnant easily because the global chance of getting pregnant after 45 years is just 1% to 2%. So each 100 women is going to have an ICSI treatment or fertility treatment. Only 2 will get pregnant, and the others will just cry and think that the IVF center that they work it in or they did the treatment in, they are just crooks. They took her money off and she got out of the journey without nothing. And that's the hard truth. It's either you are the angel or you are the devil. But when you are going to get pregnant in 45 years, it's a burden on the fertility center. So most of the protocols and the international protocols, they recommend to have a donated ovum. So when you have an ovum from another woman, which is, for example, like for instance, 25 years or 30 years, you are increasing your chance of getting pregnancy a lot. But unfortunately, this is not applicable to the women in Middle East, or maybe some Christian woman, or maybe some Muslim women, some Jews. They may believe that we don't accept to take donated ovum, or we don't accept adoption. So the countries that having this traditional or religious aspects, they get to have lots of experiences in dealing with women in these cases. And we are working a lot, maybe kind of like 4 months or 5 months to get a nice ovum from a woman and a nice embryo. And when we are dealing with these cases, we always recommend to choose the best single genetically tested embryo. Will you ever think, or you're against or with genetic testing of embryos, you would never argue with me to test a baby or an embryo before implantation in an age 45. When you have a risk of Down, very high risk of Down, more than 1 to 20, and you have a 95 or maybe higher genetic abnormally embryos at that age to be produced by a womb. So the thing is, when we work by these protocols, you have lots of tests to make it simplified to the women or the men who are hearing me now and they want to get to be fathers and mothers. We have different kind of investigations genetically to be done on the embryos and the lab to choose what is the best genetic embryo. You could have an argue with the doctor that why I need this. I hear it from a fertility center in New York, for example, they are saying they are nonsense. I hear it from California, some centers are saying that they are nonsense. I hear it in Japan or whatever. You can hear from lots of people, but they will never argue with you to do genetic testing for a woman over than 45 years old. That's a must if the ovum is coming from her. So when we do this protocol, we have to be patient, because sometimes you suffer to get this ovum in 1 month. You can try the other, you can try others, but you have to be always honest with the patient. You have a low chance of getting pregnant. I remember this lady a lot when she was sitting on the examination bed and she asked me, do I have any chance? I said, yes, you have. It's about 1 to 2. If you would take it and believe in it, maybe God give it to you and doesn't give it and is not giving it to a younger lady, which is maybe in her 20s. So it's a matter of getting into hope. It's a matter of believing that you can have a baby at the end of the journey. That's something that we believe in, and it's from your own genetic material. It is not from other lady genetic material. So my advice to young ladies, now most of women, they get married after 40s and maybe in late 30s, because maybe she got a nice relationship with a guy and then they got divorced and then she's starting a new life with another one. He loves her, he wants babies from her, and she wants babies from her. And that's the time when they will go on this journey, when they never believed that they would go on this journey. So we considering ourselves getting a nucleus or a focus in the Middle East when we succeeded in different failure of IVF cases. We treated lots of IVF failure cases, women with high age or upper age or over 45, and we consider ourselves as a good option regarding the financial aspects, because we know that there is lots of places around the globe which is high fertility treatment. Because of lots of things that we talked about it before, maybe because of the pricing itself in this country is higher than countries in the Middle East or Far East, where you can have a nice vacations, where you can have nice fertility treatment with a very way cheaper option than in maybe in US or in Europe. Within the thing is, in her follow-up in pregnancies, when her follow-up in her pregnancy, we suffered a lot from monitoring her closely, because when you are getting pregnant after age of 40, you have the risk of having clots in your blood, and this clot can easily travel and gets into your lung and stuck in your lung, and this could lead to death or could lead to problems later on that can have some showers or some small clots that can go to your brain. So we have to monitor her very closely for that. Women tend to have preeclampsia, which we call it high blood pressure and leaking in proteins in urine, and that's what make you edematous, where you have lots of fluid under your skin, and at the same time having high blood pressure, which can affect your brain. That's not something easily passed. That has to be monitored very closely. At the same time, we were concerning about the weight of the baby, because women at that age, they get to have smaller babies. So we have to take care about that, and at the same time we have to take care about sudden fetal death inside the womb. So thank God, it was so merciful with this lady, and so was merciful with our team to make it past till the end and to have a nice baby at the end and to get her safely from this journey. And we are so happy about that, and we wish that we give you a nice piece of information about getting pregnant after 45 years. First, you have to exclude any other babies with genetic material which is abnormal, and you have to be in a very good protocol of monitoring and diet and observation by ultrasound, and at the same time you should have hope. That's what you have to know. Even it's very minimal, if it's very low, still you get the chance to have a baby from your own genetic material. If you decided to take from another woman or to have egg donation, that would increase it to about like 20%. Could be about 20%. Thank you so much.